You might know in a leading SAFe, we end up spending good time understanding about SAFe principles, and participants end up knowing about SAFe more or less first time. And that's the target audience and target of that particular program as well. The people who are working in the management and leadership space is expected to get introduced to the SAFe with the help of leading SAFe class. Now, many individuals who are aware of Agile and Scrum also try to see Scrum or see SAFe from the Scrum point of view. What happens in the Scrum and how do you do in SAFe? Many times I get this question that can we cancel the PI once you start the PI and you realize your priorities are changed? What do you do? Should you abandon the current PI, do a re-PI planning, and then move forward the way we have learned in Scrum? When things are not going as per the direction, product owner can cancel the sprint and replan the whole sprint and get started again. So can we do or should we do similarly in the PI also? Yeah, I would say that it depends. You need to see what makes sense to you. Now, what do you mean by that? People ask me. So you just now learn about SAFe principles, you learn about economic decision making, you learn about system thinking, you learn about assume variability preserve option. This is something as a management or responsible group, you need to decide what do you do in a given situation. There could be many situations which you need to take your adjustment based on the situation at hand. There could be a situation where you have planned two objectives or two features for a given team, and you realize only one feature can be done. What do you do with the remaining feature? Do you postpone it to the next PI? Do you allocate it to some other teams? Or how should you manage that? We don't know, but you need to figure it out based on SAFe principles. Now, the two things I want to point out here. First thing is Scrum is designed for short feedback loop. You are running small team, 8-9 people running 2 weeks sprint. You do things, and even if something goes wrong, the maximum things will go wrong for 2 weeks and it will get figured it out. It will become visible. So it has its own style which is suitable for that way of working. The way SAFe is designed, it is designed for a big group, 100 people, 100 plus people, say ART, the whole agile release train. So they making decision and they're moving towards for a 10-week window for a common goal. Things changing may not be, we can't just make a rule, do this. Yeah, because such a huge cost involved of planning, coordinating, and aligning people towards a common goal. If there is a situation coming in, we need to take care of that situation as per situation at hand. We cannot give a rule or direction that do this in this particular situation. And somebody will say, okay, then how do I decide? You decide based on what makes sense to you, based on the guiding principles which are taught to you in the beginning of leading SAFe class. So three principles usually plays a critical role in my mind. That first one is that you need to take an economic view. We need to decide how economic impacts are of making a desired adjustment. Should we do a readjustment for our whole PI objective, or should we continue with our current PI objective because the cost of doing readjustment does not justify the benefits we will achieve by doing these realignment? So I need to take an economic view. When I'm taking an economic view, another SAFe principles which they teach us in the beginning, I need to think about the whole system. I need to think about how this particular decision will impact my development system, my customer releases, my internal commitment, my external commitment. I need to apply holistic thinking, the current impact as well as long-term impact. And when I'm doing my PI planning, I need to take care of some of the variability. I can't just make a plan with an assumption that plan will go as per plan. Things will change. Yeah. Now, how much contingency I put, how much backup option I take, that depends upon the uncertainty you should see in your PI. Again, SAFe can't make a rule for you. They can't tell you should put 20% contingency or 30% contingency, but you need to make your own rules and adjustment. Now, after having this discussion, our participant said, looks like the majority of the work in a SAFe is principles only, because these are the things we end up doing. I also personally felt that yes, the default framework tells you do this, do that, probably maybe 20% of your work, yeah, but remaining 80% in my perceptions, not talking about any literature from Scaled Agile, in my perception, the 80% of the work will be how do you interpret the situation, how do you apply SAFe principles, or how do you apply working principles, lean principles. In this case, we are using SAFe as a guide, and we see together as a group, we own up our process. It is not dictated by some book. We own up and we find out what is the right thing to do in a given situation. So you will figure it out. What do you do when you have a drastic change happening in your PI? by using the guidance from SAFe principles, especially if you are working in a scaled agile manner. Yeah. If you have your opinion related to the story which I shared, please do comment about it. And if you have a sharing which is coming from your conversation while working in a SAFe or while attending some of the SAFe training, do put a comment. And if you want to come in a show, do let us know. We will invite you and also hear you and your story related to SAFe and SAFe training.